With another video. Today we're going up against the Detroit Pistons. And yeah, man, last game we won against the Atlanta Hawks for the first time. We finally got one done with our team. But yeah, man, we're going up against the Detroit Pistons. If you enjoyed this video so far, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. Try to post one every day or every week whenever I have free time, and catch you guys in this video, not next video, but this video. I'll catch you guys in this video by watching the videos. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more games. 8 more games into the playoffs. Goodness gracious, man.
Yeah, they were all over the place, flying all over the court on deep. The kind of hustle that pays off big time for them.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Monroe and Drummond there inside. Jennings and Meeks in the back. And it's Smith in at the 3, the small forward. Now here is Smith. Jennings dishes to Smith. It's back to Jennings. 4 on the shot clock. Meeks outside. And it's Orlando with the rebound. They are coming off that win against the Pens.
As close as it was, a very solid performance. He definitely deserved the victory.
Yeah, Steve, I think they were the better team. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
The try by Jennings, good. Jennings has got his team on the board to start the game for the Pistons.
Defense just has to fight over the top of those screens.
Especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, he doesn't miss too many open shots.
Drummond, still just 21 years of age. First one-and-done player in UConn's scoring basketball history. The Pistons staff say he's a sponge. Whether it's breaking down video with assistants or honing his skills, he is really a hard worker.
Here's Oladipo. Good. And Harris gets the assist.
Nice fast break from start to finish, guys. Especially on the back end. I mean, he polished it off. Perfect.
Here's Meeks. 9 points last game out. That's to Jennings. Drummond with a screen on Harris. Jennings gets to Meeks. Good on the triple. Meeks got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
A good open look, and he splashes on the 3.
Harris with turned in a outstanding game against the Magnets. Oladipo, the pass to Harris. He feeds it to Harris. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Shot from 16. Vucevic with the money. Vucevic has got his first points of the night.
Maybe they're still working out the kinks defensively because that was a blatant mistake.
Now it's sending down to Norris Burke, who is able to talk with Stan Van Gundy.
Well, Kevin, he knows they're looking for the season switch, and he said they'd be leaning on their big men to provide that anchor inside. He told me we've got the size to challenge shots and throw them away. That's going to make it easier. They start to look over their shoulder coming into the lane. And guys, maybe that's the reason they've been so tough to deal with.
Thank you very much, Doris. The defensive strategy guys being heavily enforced by the coaching staff.
And that's a large part because of the talent they have on that side of the ball. A lot of length, speed, quick hands. They've got a lot of ability on that side of the floor.
Well, when you've got the horses, you've got to ride them and let them run. And defensively, they've definitely got some horses.
Brandon Jennings, you remember, decided to play a year in Italy right out of high school rather than to go to college. He was the first guy to do that once the NBA implemented that 1 year out of high school requirement for the draft.
And for Brandon Jennings, he didn't play a whole lot while in Rome, but he stayed busy practicing and developing.
Yeah, and it didn't seem to diminish his stock that much, Kevin. You know, you go back to when he was drafted, he was the 10th pick by the Bucks back in 08.
Good on the second free throw. The Detroit Pistons, a proud franchise, of course, from 03 to 08, 6 consecutive trips to the Eastern Conference Finals. And Clark in 2004, the NBA title.
But the rebuild process has had its hiccups, Kevin, its speed bumps, if you will, some questionable free agent signings. There's talent there, but this team hasn't quite figured out how to come together.
Here's Meeks. Right now averaging 7 points a game. He feeds it to Monroe. Blocked. Outside Harris. Shot no good. 15 that time from Jennings.
When you look at the Pistons, great size and athleticism inside, but they've got the high percentage outside shooting to space the floor offensively.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Gets it to Harris. Back to Harris. Vucevic setting the big for Harris. Puts up a three, and he gets to go. Harris has got 5.
And you know, for the Pistons last season, you look at the size and shot blocking ability, and you thought that team would be tougher defensively. But that wasn't really the case. I think it has to be attributed to mindset. Those young, big, athletic guys have to become much tougher mentally at the defensive end to be really successful.
Here's Harris. Following the basket by Brandon Jennings. Harris pitch to Oladipo. Jennings with the steal. 1:41 left to play in the first. It's tipped. It's stolen by Oladipo. Bry dishes it to Harris. And he makes it. Harris has got his third bucket of the night. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Magic.
Well, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And we're also seeing a lot of fast break moves, so this team doing a nice job getting easy points.
And they're making some changes. Gordon checked in for Fry. His Harkless comes in for Harris. And Fournier subbed in for Victor Oladipo. And a different look here for the Pistons. Your retros.
DJ Augustine. Outside shooting. That's all I got to worry about in playmaking.
Augustine
Outside shooting and playmaking. Okay.
Pistons trail by 3. Here's Caldwell Pope. And yes, sir, that one drops.
Really tough to get that shot off with the size differential there. It's not an individual matchup he's going to win every time, especially in the post.
Very well done. I didn't think he had any business operating down there with the big fellas.
Gordon with a screen on Augustine. And it's Harris off the drive. And they get it back. Shot's good. Outside Gordon. The Pistons have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Caldwell Pope passes to Butler. There's 49 seconds left in the first. Urepko kicks to Augustine, and he gets it to go.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
The Magic have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Vucevic setting the big for Harris. Takes the 3, and again it's the Magic from deep.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in the movie theater. It gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Now, here's Monroe. He had 16 points the win against Toronto.
His rebounding in that game, Kevin, just tremendous. He rolled the board.
Augustine, that's good.
Another nice bucket down low. He's really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, I think that could really set things up well the rest of the game. Pound the ball inside and let your perimeter players play off your bigs.
Vucevic is screen on Augustine. Harris missing again, but they'll get another chance. Here's Harkless. Some solid defense from Butler.
Well defended. He's not someone who responds well to that kind of defensive pressure.
Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Magic lead by 2. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return.
Jericho.
Closer to the playoffs. Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs take on Nikola Vucevic and the Orlando Magic. Live next Wednesday night. After this morning, closely contested game as we start the second quarter. Hey guys from the Magic, what jumps out to you so far? Numbers one.
I was impressed with their transition game, guys. They really got out and ran the lanes.
Yeah, they did. I mean, no better way to get easy buckets than through fast breaks.
Orlando leading. Gordon and Vucevic, the big man inside. Fournier out there at Peyton, and it's Harkless in at the three. That's the group start the second quarter for the Magic. Now here's Harkless. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the score. Just 5 on the clock. Fires for three. That's good. Harkless has got the open basket here in the second quarter for Orlando.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
Yeah, and unless they make some rotations and closeouts defensively, there's more to come, Clark.
Now here's Peyton. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Harkless kicks to Peyton. Magic moving the ball around. There's the dish to Harkless. Out to the right wing. 48. Can't get it to go. And it's Detroit the other way. Caldwell Pope passes to Augustine. Drawing a screen. Augustine dishes to Drummond. A shot by Butler. Nobody around. Second chance shot. Indeed, Drummond drops it in.
You're getting a roll defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
And it's Oladipo in for Fournier. Detroit also making some changes. Josh Smith, he's checked in for Urepka. Kyle Singler comes in for Kentavious Caldwell Pope. And it's Jennings in for Augustine. Now, here's Oladipo. He had 10 points in the win against the Nets. Peyton kicks to Oladipo. It's blocked. And Butler, here we go. And Harkless pulls it down. Magic leading by 3. Singler, former second-round pick out of Duke, played his first professional season overseas in Spain. And Stevie's played consistent minutes for the Pistons to begin his NBA career.
Yeah, really a nice move on his part to get that development abroad because he came back a better player. He's quickly become a solid contributor at the NBA level.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, for some, Aaron Gordon is seen as a cleaner. And for Gordon, it is going to take some. He said, obviously, you have to play a position in the NBA. But I'm going to do a little bit of everything. Post up, hit jumpers, do a wide eagle. I'm going to do it all. I'm confident that I can play both the 3 and the 4. He has the skills to pull it off, Kevin.
And he does. Thank you, Doris. Here's Butler, following the score by Josh Smith. Jennings passes to Singler. Jennings dishes to Butler. Butler can't get that one to fall.
And Singler is one of those utility or Velcro guys, I like to call him. He kind of holds things together because of his excellent feel for the game. He's got a pretty decent touch from outside. You love his size. He's not a bad defender at 6'8" either, so I like what he gives you.
The Pistons have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Jennings kicks to Singler. Outside Butler. The pass to Jennings. Smith sets the pin for Jennings. The train. Here's Drummond. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. And the Pistons lead by 1. Payton outside. Pass to Oladipo. Back to Payton. Out to the right wing. Here's Harkless. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss.
Singler, not a big-time athlete, but he plays hard. He uses his length well defensively. He's got a shot to have a long and productive NBA career.
Drummond sets the screen for James. Butler from outside. That doesn't go either for Butler.
Having just enough presence to bomb that three-pointer just there.
Now, for a guy that shoots like he does, I'd say that is an easy goal. Here's a pass into the paint.
Comes in for Oladipo, and Harris subbed in for Payton. Monroe's checked in for the Pistons. Jody Meeks comes in for Butler. The Pistons have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Here's Jennings. Banked in off the glass. Jennings has got 7 points in the game. A minute 42 left now here in the second. Harris passes to Green. Jennings against Harris. Outside Harris. And that one's good. 12 points for him. Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
I think both teams feel like they can win. They both have confidence. So we'll see which team can ride the momentum and take control of this game.
Fine to shoot. The try by Jennings. The putback and the jam by Craig Monroe. And the Pistons lead by 1.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they chase down that pumpkin often.
Now here is Harris. 12 points for him. Harris dishes to Harkless. Outside Green. Puts one up from 19. And again it's Orlando to Green. Detroit's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Monroe with the screen on Harris. There's 21 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Here's Meeks. Great D that time from Green.
Too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
Shot from Trump. And again, one in from Harris. Now it's a 3-point Magic lead.
Well, I like the way he orchestrated it tight that time, fellas.
Here's Smith. Soft touch off the glass. Smith's got 4 points in the quarter. And we're through 2 here in a good one. Orlando up in front, leading by just 1. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Karan, what do you take away from the first half of play as to what the team needs to do when you guys come out to start the second half?
you got to come out with a lot of energy and keep everybody involved. Mentally on the court, everybody fair block and feel their role and win the ball game, whatever it takes.
Ron, thanks for the time. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Norris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball.
All right, guys. I want to go over some things before we get back out there. Nice energy you showed defensively. The steals kept coming. I want you guys to have that same nose for the ball in the second half. Don't be afraid to take a few chances, even if it means risking a foul call. On the fast break is where we showed the most signs of life. When we pushed it, we were able to catch them on their heels a few times. And let's keep the pace deliberate when we start this half. I want to see us get settled in, not trying to do too much too soon. We know we can take their best punches and hang with them. Now it's time to hit them with everything we got and see how they handle it.
And now we're starting the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first two quarters. It's been one outstanding game from Jay.
I liked that he didn't force anything in that first half. His decision-making was really flawless.
That being the case, Steve, I think they want him to be more assertive in the second half. Look to take more shots. Be a little more shot hungry, even the tough ones.
Here's Harris. And Detroit looking to do it. Josh Smith and Craig Monroe at the 3 and 4. Jennings and Meeks in the back. And it's Drummond in at the 5 down low. Now here's Oladipo. They lead by 1. Harris misses.
Well, Greg Monroe is a bit of a tweener defensively. Not as quick as some power forwards and not as big and strong as some centers. But I think he's made strides at the defensive end of the floor. He's pretty good at defending either one of those positions.
And Monroe, not an explosive leaper, a big-time shot blocker, Steve, but he moves his feet pretty well defensively.
He does. And for his size, he does a solid job of covering up space and contesting shots. And what he brings to the team offensively, he's more than solid at the defensive end.
The Pistons have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
Well, the season numbers for this club are really low. I mean, this is something that the team has been focusing on. They've got to improve.
And, you don't have to tell them what their free throw numbers are. I mean, they're well aware of it, believe me.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there.
Nikola Vucevic possessing prototype size for the center position. 7 foot tall, has about a 9.5 foot standing reach. Even without great leaping ability, he can put over the top of a lot of opponents.
Just 4 to shoot. An offensive rebound. Flying. Good.
That putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You have to put a body on someone down there.
Well, no box out. That's the result you get right there.
Jennings drives in, and the layup's good off the glass. Jennings has got 10. And you mentioned Vucevic, not a top athlete. The Magic looking to develop his lateral quickness, running and explosive.
Yeah, he still struggles to defend guys in pick and roll situations because he's not that fast to fill. That's where the Magic are trying to help him grow. But he's a double-double guy because of his rebounding ability, and he's got a nice touch for a big guy.
And the shot counts. He's fouled. It's a chance for a 3-point play.
Well, he earned that one, took the hit, and still found a way to knock him down.
Yeah, fantastic body control. And the will to get it done. You like that focus.
Now still on the free throw line for him tonight. And Vucevic, no good on that. The Pistons trail. Outside Jennings, outside Meeks. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Jennings has got 3 assists tonight. The Magic have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Harris outside. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Great tee that time from Jennings. Here's Smith. Here's Monroe. That's good. Monroe's got the lead up to 3 now for the Pistons.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that field. They got a battle inside.
Now, this game has been tough. They're getting after it. They're run a little bit low on energy.
And Detroit has possession. Comes in for Harris. And then for Detroit, Butler, he's checked in for Smith. Contavious Caldwell Pope comes in for Meeks. And DJ Augustine subbed in. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
In the break, guys, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He's looking for some early offense, telling his guys to keep the pace up-tempo and not let that shot clock run down. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. And Fournier gives to Harris. Vucevic the pass to Fournier. Fournier off a bit from Harris. Here's Fournier and by Augustine. Oladipo misses.
The clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Caldwell Pope pushes to Augustine. And so he earns it. To the line. Officials have the contact. They don't shoot 2. In the breaking action, time for a rundown now. The most accurate shooters at small forward over the last 10 games. Second is Caron Butler.
Well, that is such an efficient group offensively. That's really the best way to describe it. Nothing forced, just solid, smart shots.
And at small forward, that's the only way to post that kind of percentage. I mean, just letting them fly from the perimeter isn't going to get it done. You got to get it inside some, too.
The Pistons making a change here. Urenko's checked in. Full free throw is good from Augustine.
You know, he's as close to a sure thing as you can possibly have when he steps to the line.
And it's Harris off the drive.
Well, a good game tonight for Harris. He's got 14 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
I'm sure they'd like to get him a few more of those, so look for them to run some screens for him, trying to pop him open.
The Magic have shot just 1 free throw, missing that one earlier. That's good from Harris. He's checked in for Orlando. And Harris drops a ball. Third quarter action in just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Caldwell Pope pass to Augustine. Fast break, here they come. Here's Payton. The shot no good. And Detroit the other way now. Outside Butler. Out left to the wing. Here's Drummond. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got his 4th rebound in that last one here tonight.
put it all together, he would be a game-changing talent. He showed flashes of that in the big league last season.
Now here's Butler. After the miss, Harris. The feed down to Augustine. Lets it go with a three. That's good. Augustine's got 5 points now this quarter.
That is not enough coverage. You got to be better than that defensively. Basically, no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
This is checked in for Harris. And the switcher also for Detroit. Sigler, he's checked in for your Redco. We've got 1:28 left to play in the third. Payton gets to Fournier. Now here's Harkless, defended by Butler. Dishes it to Vucevic. 6 to shoot. Sigler with the rebound. Pistons lead by 4. Augustine passes to Drummond. Puts up the baby hook. It's all in by Gordon. Gordon's got his 5th rebound in this one. He takes it to Harkless. Payton against Butler. And Payton gets it to go on the assist by Harkless. Harkless has got his 3rd assist on the night.
Not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity they have.
Well, they need to be.
Augustine dishes to Caldwell Pope. Passes it to Butler. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. And Butler, here we go. A fadeaway. And that one comes up a bit short.
You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
The shot by Harkless, no good.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Magic lead by 1. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports.
Friday, April 3rd, Nikola Vucevic and the Orlando Magic take on Ricky Rubio and Minnesota Timberwolves. Be there.
The Pistons trailing. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Catering, all fueled up and ready to go for this 4th quarter. So on the floor for Orlando. All Harkless and Tobias Harris for forwards. Harris is out there with Victor Oladipo, and it's Fry in at the pivot spot. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Magic.
Their activity at the defensive end, Kevin, has been really impressive, attacking and coming away with steals.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
That is good. And 12 points for Brandon Jennings.
Heads up, aggressive play right there. He saw the smaller man on him, took it straight to the basket.
Harris setting the bid for Harris. Feeds it to Harris. 5 to shoot. Lays it in without reaching.
We've seen that move a few times. Easy bucket in the lane.
Yeah, the interior defense simply has been lifeless.
It's Jennings with the drive. Monroe. And the powerful one-handed slam. Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D. I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here. Because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
So it's Orlando now, following the bucket by the Pistons. And Oladipo gives to Harris. Harris missing again. Smith outside. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Here's Monroe, and he finishes nicely on the layup. And the Pistons lead by 1.
Wow, fans just getting their money's worth tonight. Really entertaining ball game.
It has been. The margin separating these teams has been paper thin.
Now here is Harris. Off the screen. And that's good. Harris has got 20 points. Went right down to the wire here, Clark and Steve. Still anyone's ball game.
Both teams really invested now. I mean, this is the type of game you love to win and you hate to lose.
After all this energy that both teams have been spending, you're right, Mark. This would be a tough one to do.
The Magic making a switch here. Vucevic is checked in. Drummond's checked in for Detroit. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He wants them to pick it up and really go for it right now. Embrace it. Embrace the spotlight, and let's make it happen. Kevin, let's see what they can do.
Now here's Jennings. Here's the three. And that one's good. Jennings has got 5 points now this quarter.
That's been their bread and butter in the second half. They've really knocked down their long-range shots.
Well, as hot as they've been, there's no need to change their offense. Just continue to play the way you're playing. You're going to get open looks.
Here's Oladipo. Harris outside. Finds it from 19. Offensive rebound. He muscles it in through the contact and they call it a foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done, and they need to make every possession count.
I agree, Clark. They need stops, and they can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are really high percentage looks.
Looking at the numbers for Vucevic, he has 8 points and also a block shot.
Free throw drops for Vucevic. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Harris against Jennings. Jennings can't get that wonderful.
That's one he knows he should have made.
Harris passes to Vucevic to the left side wing. Shoots. Harris missing again.
And you know why he was open there. They didn't commit too much defense to him, and you can see why. He has trouble making that shot.
Jennings with the ball. Picked up by Harris. Jennings against Harris. 6 on the shot clock. Smith with a wide open look. No good on the triple. Orlando's gone 4 of 8 times from three-point land, shooting 50% of the free ball here. Oladipo. Shot is off. Now the Pistons take it the other way. Monroe sets a screen for Smith. Monroe gives it to Beats. Wide open look. And he swishes it right through. And the Pistons lead by 1.
What a game. This lead continues to go back and forth.
No question about it. This has been a competitive game.
kicks to Vucevic. Good ball move here by the Magic. Just 4 to shoot. No good from Fry. The Pistons lead. Jennings with the ball. Taken up by Harris. And Smith gets double teamed. Here's Monroe. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. That's 10 points for Greg Monroe.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they built this lead for themselves here.
Harris passes to Fry. Harris a screen on the run. Fry dishes to Harris. Loses the defense with a screen and kills the cover. Harris has got 6 points in the quarter. He dishes it to Harris. 16 feet away. It's good. Huge points. That's the attitude, Steve. I mean, they needed that one. The Pistons have gone 6 of 9 on the field goal attempt since the start of the fourth quarter. Jennings passes to Meeks. Gets back to Jennings. 6 to shoot. Wouldn't fall for him. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Harris against Jennings. Okay! And here we go. Jennings heading to the hoop. Oh!
Really tough to stop Brandon Jennings.
The right call at this one. You can't let them just dribble it out.
That's right. I mean, you got to send them to the line and hope for a few misses.
Presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Okay, let's hear what Mr. Thomas has to say. Steph?
Any reason you were in such an offensive group tonight?
I got no explanation. I was fortunate enough to get some good looks and knock them all down, I guess.
Let's go all the way into the bag, Mr. Bishop.
You had the ball a lot in what amounted to a pretty bad loss for your team. So is it fair to say that the blame lies squarely on your shoulders tonight?
Unfortunately, that is fair. I carry a big bulk of our offense on my shoulders, and we weren't able to get it done tonight. So I guess the blame does lie on me.
You, sir?
Well, it's no secret you're approaching free agency. Do you plan to give a hometown discount if they make an offer?
You know, I'm not really concerned with that, all right? I just want to finish the season off nice and strong and let my agent deal with the numbers.
For real.
You mean to tell me you're the only professional athlete who doesn't care about money?
That's not what I said. I said I'll let my agent deal with the numbers. You may not believe this, but all of us just don't sit up at night dreaming about how much bank we can make. Some of us just want to play the game, run with good teammates, and compete for a title. I mean, it might blow your mind, but I'm just trying to hoop, bro. Does that answer your question? That's what I thought. Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to play. I don't care if we lose. I just want to get the points, the extra VC, stuff like that. Shoot, I agree with that. All the questions that was answered, yeah. I take the blame for that too, because I just rushed the shot instead of taking it clearly. So we're probably going to lose in the playoffs like I've been saying.
I don't care if you're in grade school or the NBA. This game is all about solid fundamentals. Let's get some extra work in here. Gotta get better every day. That's what I'm talking about. Good effort yields great results every time. Way to work.
Yep. Play on 2K14. On 2K14, I was just hitting them threes, and I kept making it back to back all the time. But I had to use a different character though. But it is what it is. Alright, so in the next episode, we'll be going up against the San Antonio Spurs. Stay tuned for that, but this episode might be done, and we might be going through the playoffs on the weekends. So it'll be this week that we'll be being in the playoffs, and if we lose all our games, then we might not have a chance to go get a title. But yeah, man, if y'all enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, comment,